Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you are listening to Idea Diary. How's it going, y'all? I'm back for another show. We filmed an episode every day in July, and it is not hard. So, this is my first podcast. I feel like this is a business lifestyle show. So, I'm not necessarily teaching or coaching or doing anything. I'm just kind of positive inspiration for keeping going. You know, it's kind of hard when you're doing a lot of projects and things take forever to take a profit, but I've had success in some things and still waiting on some others, and yeah, I'm here to show off my business journey. No, it's not that exciting, but I feel like communicating to a microphone or a camera and showing off your personality and just communicating in general using online tools, I feel like that's definitely part of the future, and I'm here to join in and get better at it, and whatever that means, I'm not sure, but I feel like going live, or I'm not doing this live, but recording a show in, with the intention that I'm going to publish it publicly. I feel like a little bit every day is definitely giving me, I wouldn't say kickstart, I would say the right amount of practice. So I'm here, I'm doing it, and it's a little embarrassing, but it feels right. And it is not hard. So, no excuses, y'all. I would start your show, or whatever it is you want to do, today. You can even do it incognito. You don't have to show off everything you do. So, you could do it every day for a year. You don't have to put your name on it. You could call it something completely crazy. You could have a stage name. And, whatever it is you want to do. But I feel like practicing, doing it, if you have that inkling inside that you want to do it, I feel like you should be doing it. And you should be doing it every day, a little bit. If you can. So, I'm trying to just jump in and keep talking without the transitional phrases, without... there's no one to respond. So it feels a little bit weird, but I'm jumping in. So one of the things that I wanted to discuss today was the new economy that we've obviously been pushed off a cliff into. But I do feel like I've been slowly working towards this moment in a way, not because I'm smart or anything, but I quit working for a paycheck in 2007, and I was freelance for a long time, and, always made enough to pay my bills, and, I kind of learned early how to survive without a paycheck, which it's totally possible. I have a lot of skills, as far as design and photography and shooting video and editing. So it's hard for me to say that anybody can make money without a paycheck, because I don't really know if that's true. It was true for me with having a lot of skills at a professional or professional enough level to, be hired as an outsourced person. So it was very easy for me. So when it was 2007 when I quit working for a company. And 2008, 9, I think, is when things fell apart as far as the housing bubble exploding and people, I don't know if recession, depression, I don't know what you guys want to call it, but, things kind of fell apart. But it was like a magical time that I decided to go freelance. And so when I went freelance, I only did music design. And I did go to some bands here or there, but I did not go to bands. Usually don't have money for fancy design. What I did was I went to record labels, and about 2008 and 9, it happened to be that a lot of record labels were downsizing and firing staff, not because they didn't want to have an art department, but they couldn't afford to have an art department in-house. So they were letting people go, and they were looking for freelance graphic designers to do album covers and different things. So in about 2008-7, it sounds crazy to think, but I found jobs. People did list jobs on Craigslist, and I was living in LA, and I ended up making more money just sitting in my pajamas and taking freelance jobs that were about 100 times easier than what I had before, being an art director with people under me, and we had, 8 to 11 releases every 3 weeks, and it was a joy to be there. But, when I went freelance, the money was better per project, definitely, and I had one label just paying me to on a retainer basis. So whether or not they had work, I got $3,000. It was insane. And I never really, other than sending a few emails on Craigslist, answering ads, I never advertised. The entire time being freelancer, I never really advertised. It was all word of mouth. And I always made enough to live, So fast forward, I guess, to 2020, and now we're in this new economy, because I feel like some of the things will be able to survive the old way, but definitely there's some things that are just going to be gone. And if they do come back, they're going to be more in I would say, boutique-y, like, I feel like bars are going to be more, if you own a bar, it's going to be because of the artistry of it. And rather than selling, it's not going to be so much a sports bar thing, unless it's like the art of the sports bar. It's like this perfect sports bar situation. It's not going to be every single bar with a TV has people in it drinking beer. I just don't see. I see bars, whenever they actually do open up, becoming more of a luxury item rather than something everyone does on a Friday or Saturday night or whatever night. So that doesn't mean they won't exist. I think it's just going to be, things will be done a little differently. It was always obvious to me, sort of, that fast casual and fine dining were going to be the way that restaurants ended up going. And I kind of saw the homemade chef thing becoming I could see that becoming a trend in some way, where someone did your grocery shopping and came and prepped all your meals at home for the week. Basically, what was happening was people, they didn't want to go grocery shopping, and they didn't want to cook, and they didn't want to pay. They didn't want to go to a restaurant every single meal. So this was hiring somebody to do the shopping and the cooking and the planning for all your meals, and then just everything's in your fridge ready to go. And that would happen in one day. I think it was maybe more of a Silicon Valley type of high-end thing, but I kind of saw that being more of a reality in the way of where you used to think it'd be crazy to have a personal driver to take you anywhere you wanted to go, and then Uber existed, and kind of taxis still existed, but it was done in a different way. So I could see that, there's definitely some things where things are going to stay the same and still exist, and then some things are going to change, and then there will be better things. So I definitely saw restaurants changing. So the Chili's and the Fridays and the Applebee's kind of, I could see them, there not being a use for those type of restaurants anymore, but definitely a fine dining. People that like to do that and have money for that are going to pay for that. They're going to figure it out how to get there. And the fast casual thing, where it was kind of taking away cheap fast food. People wanted the fast food experience, but they wanted higher quality ingredients, which was sort of what Chipotle, that stuff was kind of, where I live, we have a lot of fast casual stuff. So Torchy's, which is like a fast casual taco place. It's a restaurant quality taco, but it's fast food. So fast casual. So people still wanted that. But now it's like with people, you're not really going to have a lunch hour anymore because a lot of people are going to work from home. Yeah, I could see people picking up dinners and stuff. I don't know. Things are changing. So the new economy, Toby, the CEO of Shopify, I was listening to a talk of his, and he was saying that he was kind of, not shocked, but just mesmerized by the idea, maybe shocked too, by how much money a group of 7 people can make with a company. And, in a 10-year span of time. And it was more money than, say, a company that had been around 100 years could make with thousands of employees. So that did give me thinking. It is true that things are going to be tough right now. But at the same time, we are moving into a new economy and with new possibilities, that one person with 0 employees with an idea can make $1 million. And it can be, 4-hour work week type of thing if you wanted to. And obviously, everyone's got to get a lot smarter, fast, and a lot, I don't know if it's risk-taking that needs to happen, but definitely trying things out. You've got to, for me, being, an independent entrepreneur person, I always had 5 revenue streams going, of some kind. I always had some plans and things happening and anytime I could get a job designing a record cover and make $1,000 in a weekend, or, if I was lucky, and got the approval process went fast. But, I feel like there's hope. But 2 of my neighbors on both sides of me in my neighborhood here, they've moved from March till now. Both neighbors moved, and both got replaced. They both ended up, I guess, renting out the houses. But I think the the people that had those houses up for rent did lower the rent just to get somebody in there, So I feel like property owners, people that have investment properties, everyone's going to hunker down and have some new plans. And, I've got some things brewing for myself, some new ideas. But, it's my main thing today. There's a new economy. And there is money. People are making money. And if you want to, and you could be a part of that. There's no limits. And you can do it faster and easier and more relaxing and less risk, because things are happening faster. You can kind of test things out fast and say, that's not happening. So let's move on to the next idea. So anyway, my second point, new economy, there's money to be made. That was my first point. But my second point is, gosh, I lost it. Dang it. But we're at the 15-minute mark anyway. So what was it? Oh, second point was, I used to say you need 5 revenue streams, and now I'm thinking somewhere between 10 and 20, because everyone's got to try a million different things right now and get creative, and you can do it. And you can, another pet peeve of mine is that entrepreneurs can't have jobs. You can have a job. So if you want to be a teacher in the day while you work on your businesses at night, or if you want to be a bartender, well, let's not use that because that doesn't exist anymore. If you want to be, I don't know, what could you be? Well, whatever you figure out at night, you could do that at night. If you work at a call center 4 hours a day and that pays your basic bills, and then the rest of your day is working on your business, that's fine too. The revenue streams are limitless. There's so many ideas, and yeah, they're out there. You can figure it out. And if anyone's feeling sad, I feel sad for you. And yeah, I'm thinking about everyone, and it sucks, but there's something everyone can do, and there is a silver lining, and this could be all happening for a reason. So you just gotta, keep looking up and try and figure out, what am I supposed to learn here? What's the lesson? Anyway, I gotta end the show. I still don't know how to end the show, so I'm just gonna play the music.